All right. I think that works. I'm going to make sure. I was having mic issues earlier. We're going to take 2 seconds. Just a moment. And I am going to tune into the stream on my phone and hear it. See what it says. Does this sound like I'm talking? It sure sounds like it. We did it. All right. Things you should test before you hit the go live button. That's fine. Don't worry about it. So let me take a second, if it's not too much, and refresh my memory. If I remember correctly, we had a fairly... I did it again. I know who's supposed to be in the team. And I wrote them down somewhere, but I don't remember where. Did I write it down and keep? Floatzel, Flareon, Giratina? Is that it? I think that's it. Sounds like a team. Definitely didn't write it down in notes, so... we're just going to assume that I got it right. But yeah, so we have Mr. Mountain. That's right. We had Man Mountain join the team last time. I think I kind of a little bit skipped a trainer or two back here. So we're just going to go say hi. But yeah, no, it's going to be good. We're going to make some progress. Maybe get a 4th badge today if I'm not like truly atrocious at keeping track of what's going on. We'll see. Did I get... No, I did not. My brother wanted to know if I ever got my hands on the Sword and Shield Pikachu. Answer, no. Because a little bit I haven't been paying attention to Sword and Shield as much as I kind of want to. Talked about it a little bit ago, but there's a game that came out recently called Bravely Default 2, which is, of course, the 3rd game in a franchise that I'm a pretty big fan of. I'm pretty excited about, so I've been playing a lot of that. Let me see, what do we got here? It's on TikTok, of course it's TikTok. Comes with the move, doesn't really for 25th anniversary. You have to go to mystery gift and enter P25M US1C. Sure. I appreciate it. I'll see if I can get it tonight. Maybe as a tiny little itsy bitsy bonus at the end of the stream, I will grab my Switch. 1 step, really? It's fine. And I'll see if we can get it. See if it works. If it does work, then cool. If it doesn't, then I guess don't waste your time. I believe him, though. Come on, we're just trying to get some levels. Alright, you know what? We're using more Dragon Rage. I'm not dealing with a bulky thing. I don't feel like it. Yeah, it's been a busy few weeks. Last Monday, you guys may have noticed, I made the executive decision to not play Pokemon in favor of... What did I do? Call of Duty? Because I felt like it? Yeah, so the story behind that was I was going to play with Leanne earlier the night before we got on because she wanted to play. And then due to what I'm going to call a series of time management failures, I wound up doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh no, this one's going to be awful. Right. Hey, we did it. Yeah, I just due to some time management failures, wound up spending a little bit too much time going out and trying to find stuff in stores, and then by the time I got back it was like 20 minutes until I go live, and that's only enough time for maybe 1 round of team deathmatch. So I took the liberty of not doing that, and instead... Yeah, we're gonna take down. Instead, just streaming some COD, shooting some people, and I skipped Monday Pokemon, so we're kind of a week behind, but at the same time that's okay, because it's a casual playthrough. There's no sense of urgency around it. Or at least that was my intent. If you're not picking that up, then let me know, I guess. Let me see. So I felt like, I know the one tower with the ghosties in it is a thing, but I kind of felt like there were other people out here that maybe I skipped. I guess not. So we're just gonna go, I might actually go heal really quick. Just to get those Dragon Rage power points back. And then we're gonna go hit that one, what is it, the Lost Tower, is that what they call it? Because there's some stuff in there that we need. I like stuff. I think the defog HM's up top. And while I hate defog as a move, and I dislike the fact that I need it, you know, I do need it, so I guess we're just gonna suck it up. Let me head down this the way. Run into here. It should, in some capacity, be available in here. Yeah, be quiet and respectful. I'm gonna get in Pokemon trainer battles, aren't I? I'm sorry, what? Persistent fog. Thanks to the higher you climb, if you can't use the hidden move defog and you have no business here, there's no need to go up. So this is probably supposed to be an optional area, but I'm going to be dumb and go after it anyway. See, I wish I could have a Ghastly, because Gengar is a personal favorite. But there's no trade option when you're playing on an emulator. At least not that I'm aware of, and I'm not concerned about it enough to kind of undo the whole team planning that we already did. So we're going to fight this guy instead. I'm going to take out my frustration on him. Also, I just unplugged the headphones that I was using to hear myself, so I hope I'm not being too loud. Give me a second. There it is. Plug it on the bottom of the mic. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's going to be fun though. And with the Generation 4 announcement having come down, I'm kind of excited to see those games coming through. Little anxiety from the general fan base, and I can appreciate that. We've, I don't know, had our hopes brought up before. Yeah, GF is Game Freak, my guy. GF is Game Freak. There. The OT for lots of event mons. Yeah, apparently he just got the Pikachu I was talking about a minute ago, and he was kind of questioning why the original trainer was Game Freak, or GF, but that's because it is Game Freak. Is that a flying type? It is a flying type. Yeah. How much damage are we taking? I don't know. I feel like we should have more HP than that. Did we heal, or did I like totally screw that up? Whatever. Each will be fine. But no, Gen 4 remakes are on their way. So if you played back in the day, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum being the one that I'm playing right now, it's kind of like the third game. Yellow version was to Red and Blue, Emerald was to Ruby and Sapphire, and so on. There are Generation 4 remakes coming out later this year. Oh, they hit me with a tackle and I got recoil damage. That makes sense. Okay, alright. I figured it out. We're gonna do a switch train real quick, because I have a suspicion that this would not end well if we didn't. So let's swap out to Cornery. You've got a type advantage. Let's do that. But no, so Gen 4 remakes on the horizon. People have been a little fired up about them. I don't know why. Like, the big complaint that I've seen is like, oh, they look bad. The graphics are... It's like, yeah, but... And be completely honest with me. Do you play Pokemon games for the graphics? Like, is that why we're here right now? No? Exactly. Yeah, we're here because Pokemon's a fun franchise and you can have a good time with it. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's like, if you want graphics, you get a gaming PC or like an Xbox Series X or a PS5. Like, you're playing like on high fidelity systems. Like, it's a Nintendo Switch. It's fine. But to pretend that it's in the same league as like the other top end systems is nonsense. So when people are looking at these, like the trailers for the new games that are coming out later this year, it feels like insane to me that you would look at it and get mad that the graphics aren't good enough. Like, whatever. It's fine. If you haven't seen them yet, they're called Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and they look pretty cool. They're actually very one for one in the remakes. Like, even the art style for the remake games is eerily similar to what we have here in these games. So you should check out the trailer if you haven't seen it. But I'm really excited. There's people are kind of nervous because Game Freak, if we're being honest, kind of dropped the ball with Sword and Shield a little bit. Like, the games weren't bad, but the expectations were a lot higher than what we actually got, and that's never good. Oh, hello. What you got there, Goose? Yep, just cubes in the back. Oh, cool. Yep. Just cleaning. I told her I was going to help, and then she was like, no, you should go play video games. And because I'm an excellent fiance, that's exactly what I did. No, so, I don't know. Sword and Shield, it felt like, I don't know, no one cares about the models, or like the graphics specifically, but Game Freak used the, are you serious right now? I'm going to lose to a puffball? That's fine. No, they use the, like, the graphics and, like, the animations. They really tried to sell that as an Oh, it's because there's fog. This is going to be awful the whole time. Let's see if I can get... So, the fog, in case you haven't played a Gen 4 game, was kind of like an overworld mechanic. Like, if you played older Pokemon games, you might remember needing to cut down trees to access certain areas. The fog was meant to be like a major annoyance if there was an area that they wanted to discourage you from going to, where it didn't necessarily matter if you got there or not. Like right here, these trainers are a reasonable level for me to fight now, but it's going to be very annoying without defog. Because the fog lowers your accuracy and it's a general hindrance. So I might finish fighting this guy and then leave and come back once I have defog, because I don't feel like dealing with that, because the accuracy is going to be a pain. But no, the Gen 4 remakes are looking like they're going to be pretty good, but people are kind of nervous based on some of the phrases that were thrown around in the trailer. Saying that, like, you'll be able to play through the Gen 4 experience with all the Pokemon that were available in those games. And that kind of has left people with sort of like a Sword and Shield, no national dex for you sort of vibe. Do we just go fight that guy really quick? You know, while we're here? I think yes. Experience is good. No, so people are kind of nervous that they're only going to have 400 or 500 Pokemon available to play with instead of the full original amount. They're nervous that features that were introduced in Platinum, which is the game we're playing now, are going to get cut. Like, I don't know. I want to, and here's the reason that I want to give them credit is because it's not Game Freak developing them, actually. Game Freak has made like every main series Pokemon game since main series Pokemon was a thing, you know, back in like 96. Like, it's been a while. And they have a company called Ilka coming in to make the games, which is going to be interesting. Ilka made the Pokemon Bank software, which you use to move your Pokemon online and stuff. So, like, they've got a little experience with the franchise, but got a ball capsule. I love those. No, people are just kind of a little antsy because they're afraid that, like, modern... Oh, no. Do we have anyone who doesn't miss? Like anything like Swift? This is no good. I'm thinking we pop a Sandstorm. That guarantees us damage, and I think we have Sand Veil, which increases our evasion. But no, I just, people are nervous that these games are going to kind of get brushed aside. Like, Generation 4 was back in like 2007, so it's been like 14 years since the Sinnoh region's been visited in the main series. And I think people are just getting a little antsy at the idea that after we're finally going back, that they're going to turn around and just mess it up in some capacity, that they're just going to not do it justice. And that's going to be a huge blow to the fans who have been waiting that long. So we'll see. Like, I've known a couple people who have kind of had the attitude of like, oh, they better get this generation right or I'm done forever. And it's like, yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't... Ooh, that did a lot, didn't it? Of course he's got a healing item. No, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, Sword and Shield were supposed to be like the big thing because it was the first time that we had a main series Pokemon game just on a home console. Play it on the big screen, have a good time with it. Every main series Pokemon game before that had been a handheld experience. And while there were solutions out there like the Game Boy Player for the GameCube that let you play like your Generation 3 games on the TV, they were still like 2D, like original, like old style graphics. And that's fine, because once again, we're not playing it for the graphics, but like when there were games like Pokemon Stadium and like other games out there that kind of were a really good representation. Oop. I think it's time for us to use a potion. But a good representation of what like the 3D models of the games could look like. It just kind of felt like a bummer to play a Game Boy game on the big screen when you can play like a real, like proper 3D game. So the introduction of Sword and Shield, there was like this expectation that they were going to deliver on the experience that people had kind of built up in their own minds for all this time. And it didn't. You know, oh my God, I swear to God. Look at that. I thought we were gonna clean this shit up fast, and it turns out he's gonna heal like we do. So that's fun. Ooh, but we hit. See, so double team makes it harder for us to land attacks on them, which makes this a very annoying fight to have. With the fog also decreasing accuracy, landing attacks is not easy. But the Sandstorm is doing damage, and our Sand Tomb is doing damage. So I think if we can survive one more turn, we're good. And we landed another attack. That's what's up. That is what's going on. Yeah, I think we're done in the fog tower. That was awful. And he's got another Pokemon. Oh no. Now, accuracy is going to be a lot better because it's not all double teamed up. So I think we're just going to try and pop a Sand Tomb or two and see what we can come up with here. The fog doesn't decrease the accuracy too terribly on its own. But now, so part of the reason that I'm glad I'm playing through Gen 4 right now is because when these remakes launch, it's going to give me a much more fresh frame of reference. And specifically, I'm playing through Platinum. Do we get greedy? How bad's the next floor up? No, we're going to leave until I can defog that. Absolutely not. But no, I figure that by playing through Gen 4 right now, I'll kind of have fresh in my memory what the best Gen 4 game was like, you know what I mean? Because right now I'm playing Platinum. Platinum is the best one from that particular revision here, right? So by having that experience fresh in my mind come the end of the year, I'll be able to kind of see how much they pulled from Diamond and Pearl, see how much they pulled from Platinum, see how much it looks like they just dropped the ball. I'm hoping that it really kind of comes down to like they didn't drop the ball and it's okay and they did a great job, but I'm nervous just because we've kind of expected a lot from them before and, you know, experience didn't shake out the way that I thought it would. So is there anything important to do in Salacian Town? I think we get Fly in the next town. I don't remember where to get defog. Is it here? It might be in the bottom of the ruins. Let's take a walk. We are going to walk over here. I'm going to clear my throat. So give me a second. Much better. So there's some ruins over here. And I'm pretty sure at the bottom of it is this little tiny treasure room that's got stuff like the defog HM. So let's confirm. What does this say? Top right. Yeah, pro tip. I don't know if you know this, but the unknowns from Gen 2 that we saw before are letters, and that's what they look like. So you just kind of... Oh, we have to write the whole thing down? Top right, lower left, top right, top left, lower left. I'm gonna wing it. I think it's this way-ish. Top... Oh, it's a person. I'm gonna forget. It's okay. There's only so many stairs. We'll find it eventually, right? Right. We got this. And then I have to find my way up. That's a separate conversation. For now, we're going to fight rocks. Let's throw sand at it, because sand beats rocks. Good. Oh, that rock's getting fast now. See, the funny thing is, sandblasting is a way to polish rocks. So we hit him with sand and now he's polished and faster. He also might go faster than us next turn, so we're just gonna hit a Dragon Rage. We're a lot quicker. Okay, cool. Cool. No, I'm really looking forward to these games. And then once again, don't know if you play on Switch. Don't know if you have any particular opinions about this, but they did announce another game alongside it called Pokemon Legends Arceus. That is one that's got people kind of fired up. It is like Breath of the Wild-ish looking in terms of the way the graphics are set up and in the way that like it doesn't look like it's a normal Pokemon game. It's a little bit more open world-y, kind of an exploration type game that takes place in the past, which is fine. Oh no, don't kill my guy. But no, people are looking forward to it. I think kind of what they're doing here is they're kind of giving us the old experience on the old games, you know, just remake the old one, don't rock the boat. And then they're giving us the new experience that they're shooting for. Yeah, with 4 HP, my friend. Nice job. Dude, how's it going, Mr. Pat? I am happy to be back playing the Pokemons. Last week I kind of skipped it in favor of shooting people in Call of Duty, and it was fun, but tonight's feeling like a Pokemon night. I don't want to get in the habit of just ignoring my stream schedule and doing whatever I want, you know? Enough feathers will kill this thing. That was not pleasant looking. My bird got fuzzy. There we go. Oh no! I thought we had it. It's okay. We have quick attack. I'll bonk it to death. But no, I'm really excited. And the thing that I'm excited about more than anything, it's not like Gen 4, I liked. I wasn't super crazy about it. I think Gen 2 is kind of where the series initially peaked for me, but then I really like Gen 5, like black and white version. So it's less about like the excitement for going back to a region that I have some sort of nostalgic feeling for. It's more about being excited that Game Freak's trying something new. You know? I think isn't it this way? Working from memory here. It's not it, but maybe that. Nope. I think it's this one. I'm admittedly guessing right now. I remembered up until that point. Wild Pokemons! Oh no! Hey, it's the letter E. That's my name. Evan. E. 4 HP. Right. Hey, let's get out of here. What do you think? Yeah? Cool. Bag. I'll give you 20 HP. I really didn't think we'd get in any battles down here, so sorry about that. This one. That's what I was looking for. Now we can teach my bird a useless move. Go team. I hate HMs, and there are so many of them in this game. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, like that whole Gen 4 batch did have them all. If you have the Virtual Console Gold, Silver, or Crystal, why don't I use Takedown? Just don't be an ice type, please. Let's go. If you have the Virtual Console Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you have the option to go in there to get them as well. Dude, absolutely killing it. Let's see what else we got, and then I'm getting out. Give you 20 HP back, and you used every single one of them. That's cool. And a nugget, which means we're walking out of here, which means let's get ready to... Oh, to gosh, that we survived some stuff. So yeah, Heart Gold and Soul Silver do have the unknowns. These ruins here, of course, have them as well. We're seeing that as we go. The virtual consoles are nice. I found it easiest to collect them in Platinum, actually. I have a physical copy of it right there. I'm not getting it. I don't need to prove anything to you, but it's right there. And I used it to round up is it this one? I'm trying to remember my way out of this place. Yeah, I think that's it. Yay, we're on it. They can go directly to bank. The Gen 4 physical copy games do require a couple stops along the way, so you would need to go from Gen 4 to 5 using that PAL Park transport feature. Then you'd need to use Poke Transporter to fire them from Gen 5 into Pokemon Bank. Then you would need to use the Bank to Pokemon Home link service to parse the two together, and then they're in home. So that's a process. And yes, yeah, no, most of mine were already in Gen 7. Like, I had a living dex in Gen 7, so it wasn't as bad, but every time I was like, oh, you know what, I need to get a Pokemon. Oh, that's only available in Gen 4? Okay. Kind of turned into, like, 15 minutes to get the Pokemon and an hour to get it into the Pokemon Home service. So that's fun. All the way up for Soul Silver and Pearl. That's what's up, man. So my starter in this playthrough is Turtwig, and he's named after a friend of mine, Cornera. Cornera is a buddy that I met back at work like 7 years ago. John, have I known you that long? Oh boy. A while. We'll just leave it at that. But he has what is it, an Arcanine that he got in like Ruby version or something like that he's brought all the way forward from Gen 3, and it's like in the current generation. That's absolutely wild. But it's kind of fun thinking about like how many stops along the way, because like we did those one at a time. Like you wouldn't skip entire generations like you could now. So like you had to use Poke Transporter to put it into Gen 6. And then fortunately it was just banked to move it from 6 to 7. So like the generational moves have been a little easier this time. than they used to be. Sand tomb, please. No, no. And a flinch. I'm trusting you, Mr. Mountain. What did I say? Come on. Okay, we're switching to you. I can't. Let me use up all my healing items. Are you kidding me? Let's do it. Zap. No, so admittedly, back in the, like the Gen 3, Gen 4 era, I had some Game Sharks and action replays and was up to some unsavory things in my saves. So I do have plenty of Pokemon from back then that I didn't bring forward because I wasn't sure what was hacked and what wasn't, so I just kind of dumped them all. So most of the Pokemon that I own were kind of Gen 5 forward. Not for lack of owning the games, or because I was just being a child with it. I would need to check and see what I had. That sucks that you had yours reset. Is that the brother that I know, or is there another brother that I should have words with, my friend? Either way. I need to check and see. I should just flip through like my entire living dex and see if I could get like the captured information, see when and where they came from. I think that'd be a lot of fun. At least personally I do. I don't know. God damn it, Matthew. Why would you reset the thing? Don't do this. That sucks. So I had Pokemon Leaf Green with like 400 hours of playtime and like the entire Pokédex minus the mythicals that I didn't have. And I got bored one time and just reset it so I could play through the story again, and I've never regretted a decision more. It was like, because I was like, all right, cool, I get to play through the story, and then like as soon as I finished the story, I was pissed at myself for not having it anymore. So yeah, I mean, that was my own stupid choice. So like, I set that up, but still, you know, definitely a bummer. Thinking about old Pokemon games is like bumming me out. I found my my Emerald version recently. It's in one of the drawers behind me. These ones back there with the Mewtwo on top. So, oh, and it was in a Game Boy SP with a charger. So like, there is some temptation to just like reset that game, which is definitely full of hacked Pokemon. I've got like 30 shiny Agrons in there because I was having fun with that. But it is tempting to just go ahead and pop a reset on that and play through sometime for fun. You know what I mean? It would be an off-stream thing, because I don't think... What am I stepping on? There we go. I don't think they make capture cards for Game Boy Advances, and if they do, I sure as shit am not paying for it, because emulators are a thing, so why would I? Yeah, that's a big thing that I'll do, is... Well, and this is part of the reason that as much as I like not having a third game, like, you know, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, where you have to spend like $60 on a game and then $60 on another game from the same generation to get like the complete experience. One of the reasons that I miss that is because I would play through Diamond version, beat it, catch some Pokemon, have some fun, call it a day. Platinum would come out, I would play through, and I would like obsess over it. I would like start grinding at the battle tower, I would do all kinds of crazy stuff, and then I would reset Diamond if I ever felt like playing through again. So it's not the definitive edition that I'm playing through, but I can like go hit the story if I want to, and then the best version of the game I maintain in a very complete state just for the sake of... And I should probably kill the Pikachu. Thoughts? I mean, we're doing it because it's my game, and I'm going to put in the commands before you get a chance to say anything. An Alpha Sapphire, keeping the National Dex complete. Yep. That's what's up. Yeah, I don't know. Ever since they stopped doing, like, the third game, I stopped buying an extra game from that generation. So, like, I don't have X and Y. I just have X, or Y. It's tempting to pick up X now, after the fact. I'm just gonna kill the pink thing. Just to have something to play through, because, like, I like those games. Honestly, it's going to be an adventure because my plan right now is on stream, even gens, and then we'll go back later and do odd gens another time. So it's going to be generations 2, 4, 6, and 8. 8's easy because I have a capture card and a Switch. But Gen 6 is going to be a bit of a situation because I've never tried to emulate... I've never tried to emulate a 3DS game before. Obviously, DS regular style works smoothly enough for doing it. But I have not tried a 3DS title. So I'll be interested to see what happens there. Ugh. Stiff neck already. Come on. I'm gonna have to sit up. So that was kind of the big thing, is my brothers and I would collaborate like that. So like I would get sword, my brother would get shield, and then we'd play through together, version exclusives, we'd swap back and forth, we'd call it a day, but I would never get both. He would, because like he also plays. Like he was just texting me, what was that, 30 minutes ago to see if I got the sword and shield event. So there's an event Pikachu, by the way. He gave me the code for it if you want it. I'll kind of read it off for you. But no, so like I wouldn't buy them both, because if I needed version exclusives, my brother would get them. Now, the other side of that is he lives in, and Aiden, if you're watching, I'm sorry if I don't remember the state, but I think it's North Carolina, probably. So like he's kind of far away now. So it's not like I can just be like, hey, let me borrow shield because I want to. Like, kind of sucks a little bit. You know, can I throw out in the chat? Can I send chat messages in my own chat? We're going to try. So according to him, the code is P25M US1C. So there's that. That should be in the chat if I did that correctly. We're going to find out in a minute. We're going to not switch. I don't think Hippini is going to be particularly difficult for this mountain of a dragon. Yeah, give that a shot. If it works, let me know. He says he literally just did it a minute ago, though, so as long as it's not me reading what he put in the text correctly, then, you know, we'll be good. But apparently it comes with some sort of move that it's not supposed to know. I think he said Sing? Yeah, it comes with Sing. Just as a little 25th anniversary throwaway, which is kind of cool. I like stuff like that. I have like all of the different hat Pikachus that you can get, which, incidentally, visit Cerebee's event page if you haven't and you don't have those, because they are worth picking up just for the sake of, I think we talked about this, I think they're in your forms decks. They're just nice to have. Making progress, leveling up, learning that I can send chats in my own chat, that's fun. I think I'm done fighting rocks, though. We're gonna go heal really quick, and then I'm gonna go fight people. Was that berries? Oh. Let us pick them. Please and thank you, sir. There we go. Dude, you ever make a choice and then feel bad for your neighbors? All the hat Pikachus, that's nice. And oh, see, that's what's up. Very nice. Yeah, and I like when they do events like that where it's just kind of like a standing thing where you can just pop the code and get it whenever. Magirna was like that. It was a QR code that you could scan with the 3DS's camera, and it didn't, like, you can still scan it today. The code's just, it's out there, it works, go for it. You know, like, I really appreciate that. No, I bought, I think I talked about it before, bought some speakers. I very much like them. Leanna's out there cleaning, and I can plain as day hear the music she's listening to through the wall. Like, I don't know the song, so I can't tell you what it is, but it's one of those, like, I really very much hope that the walls between apartments are a little thicker than the ones between rooms within the apartment, because if they're not, sorry neighbors. Love you guys. Ooh, Roost TM, very nice. Yeah, one of these days, Pat, once COVID isn't as much a thing anymore, I look forward to having you over to my place. We'll turn on some music, play some Commander. Maybe I'll work on getting, so this mic is on an arm. I think that, yep, we should show it off good. Mic is on an arm, so I can kind of mount it if I need to, so it would be very tempting to kind of flip it around and have it mount downwards and anchor a camera to the underside of it, like my webcam here, and see if we could stream, like, for realsies stuff. It wouldn't let you move the Surf and Fly Pikachus? I don't remember what event those are supposed to be from, but that sucks. Like, big time, man. I'm sorry. But no, listen to some music, stream some magic, get a micro... I think it would be a lot of fun. We gotta do some stuff. Yo, congratulations. So, I'm assuming, based on that timetable, that you're 1A for the vaccine waves. So that's cool. Yeah, we, my job, we're 1C, so we'll see how things shake out there. I know this coming weekend, we're having Andy and Jess over for a, I don't even know what it's dinner. I think it's technically some vague, like, birthday but not birthday situation. Just like Leanne's birthday is like the following week, Jess, whatever. It'll be nice to see them though. And then once we actually start getting vaccinated, we'll be able to have like people over instead of like 1 or 2 people. So it'll be fun to get you guys over here again. Got a collapsible table and some chairs, like, actually you can see the chairs. I can have people over. We'll have some fun. Let me kill the, why is all, how many sand tunes have I tried and failed to land, by the way? 1A, that's what's up. Gamers Heaven is apparently like not only, and it might have been us that talked about it on stream, but not only open, but like apparently crushing it, because I heard they're franchising and opening up all in like a bunch of places. So like, that's what's up. So, you know, hopefully we'll have lots of opportunities, be it behind closed doors or out in public when the time comes. What move are we possibly learning, but also maybe not? Slash? I think Slash kicks the shit out of takedown, so let's do that. Yeah, I was worried that by the time the pandemic was over that they would not... Oh, it was Leanne maybe that told me. Because I think she found them on TikTok by accident and heard about it on there, and like people were getting all pissy in the TikTok comments, because of course they were. Oh, that's annoying. Can't have HM. Oh, they probably don't want you to strand yourself somewhere, because that was kind of a whole thing people would try and do, is soft lock themselves in games just to bitch about it. So it's an attempt to kind of idiot-proof their game design, is they just won't let you bring stuff forward if it could be important for your travels. I'll do one more fight and then I'll go heal up again. But no, so I am very much looking forward to seeing everyone in person again once vaccines start rolling out. It's gonna be, dude, it's gonna be like, we're not even with my company having chats about bringing people back on campus until like June. Like, the spiky ear Pikachu, there were other ones that couldn't move forward too, actually. I don't know if you played around in Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra, I think it was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon specifically. Samson Oak showed up in kind of like a post-game sort of thing where you could find those stickers all over the island, and for like if you found enough of them you would start getting totem Pokemon, which were just physically larger like a totem was in the island challenge. You could not bring the totem Pokemon forward either. Yeah, they were like alternate forms that were not supported in Pokemon Home, so they're locked in the old games if I remember correctly. So that's a shame. I'm pretty sure anyway. I seem to remember having to give up my totem Alolan Marowak. So. Oh, that's even lamer. Because I went through all the trouble of finding the stupid stickers. Now you don't get to have one. Lame. Alright, so there's the Psyducks. Is this place, like, interesting? I don't know. Actually, ooh, did that give me an option to buy multiples? I think Moo Moo Milk's like a reasonable healing item. 1 dozen. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, it's always a shame when you go through the trouble to like get an alternate form of something and then the game either just like doesn't let you keep it moving forward or just like doesn't recognize that it's an alternate, you know what I mean? Like if it reverts them to normal size, that's kind of a minor slap in the face. Like why put it in if it's not going to work? And if it is going to work, like, I know that they have created alternate models to Dynamax every Pokemon, like ultra high res models. There's no way they can't do something kind of between the two. You know what I mean? Like, they've solved the logistics of large models on the battlefield. That's done. So whether it's an oversight or laziness or whatever you want to call it, that's just disappointing for people who put in the effort to get them. So that's the big suck. See, I want to point this a little more towards me. There we go. All right. Been like just running laps around this town, not getting anything done. Levels are good though. Mr. Mountain is finally kind of in line with the rest of the team, more or less. Yeah, I'm thinking that we're just going to kind of have to fight our way through here. What is it, 10:30? I've been on for like 45 minutes. That's reasonable, right? We'll be out of here probably in an hour, hour and a half. Hoping that I can get at least one more badge. I've been kind of cruising at like the 1 badge per stream sort of pace, which I don't mind at all. It's arguably a little slow, but at the same time, like, I'm not speedrunning. I'm actually trying to stretch this out over like a month or two so that I can make sure that I'm taking... There's only so many Pokemon games to play. I don't want to waste them, you know? I don't want to get through like 4 of them in like a week and a half and be like, I want to be long enough with this that I can eventually replay them in a challenge and not feel like, didn't you just play Platinum like 2 weeks ago? Like, I would like for that to be something that I can kind of revisit. Like, maybe do generations 2, 4, 6, 8, like I was talking about, and then pick a generation, just any one at random, and do a challenge run and not have it feel like I literally just played that that generation. Shield on. Yeah, we're gonna keep battling. I look forward to getting Earthquake, dude. Actually, let's answer a question. The question of, can I find my bookmarks? Yes, there it is. Also, we're going to use the mouse for this one. Fight, Sand Tomb. Earthquake, TM, Platinum. Let's see what we got. So if I'm gonna... Why does Sand Tomb keep missing? So, that's right. This is from that generation where TMs are not reusable. Yo, there are some really cool ROM hacks. I think we talked about it a little before. There's a streamer on Twitch, Small Ant, which I am a big fan of. Yo, Dubs, catch you next time, friend. No, Ant's done some really cool, like challenge runs, and he's got a buddy that does some of the mods for him. And apparently the way he kind of runs it is once he's finished the challenge run and the videos are like up on YouTube or wherever he's going to put them, he'll actually put like a patch file on his Discord server that you can go in and just download if you want to try it out, which is really cool. You know what I mean? So tempting to just join his Discord and see if I can find some ROM hacks, whether it's just for streaming or if it's just for like chilling and having fun on my own time. You know what I mean? Like, I've thought about playing like Pokemon Insurgents and some of the other like the more heavily modified fan versions of the games. Oh, it's not a battle either. Is this a battle? Nope. But it's the TM. I like that. Yeah, they're like Crystal Clear is one that I played that I did like. I didn't finish it, but it's just Crystal version, but they just modded the crap out of it, so it's open world, which is nice. There was Pokemon Brown, I think, which is a mod of Red and Blue. And I forget the name of the mod that was supposed to be built on Pokemon Crystal that Nintendo did the whole takedown strike on. Pokemon Prism. That's it. I guess Mortal Sword. That's what's up. See, that's one thing that I really like is when, and the big thing is they can't distribute the ROM per se, but what they'll usually do is distribute like a patch file, which is just all proprietary, like it's personal code. Who cares? Oh, don't be confused, my friend. Or do, whatever. It's your choice. But I like the fact that they'll like help distribute kind of like the tools to get you set up with it yourself if you want to. Dude, you lost how much life there? Well, we're going to Sand Tomb again and hope for the best. I believe in you. I should not have believed in you. Oh, that's okay. We'll switch and let somebody else have a little time in the sun. Or rain, as it were. Dude, this cable feels like so stray. Let me tighten this up a little bit. Second here. Just feels like I keep bumping my arm on it. Much better. Yeah, no, I always appreciate when they make the ROMs available to play. Because it's not just them kind of doing the thing to... I mean, they're obviously trying to stream to make money. That's fine. A lot of the guys that have people like sitting down and helping to make ROM hacks, that's what they're, you know, they're doing it for a living. But the idea that they'll then make it available for fans to play, I think that's really cool. You know what I mean? Let's it leaves like a broader sense of community. Like they don't treat it like it's their ID and that you can't have any. It's like once they're finished with it, go nuts, have fun. Let me move my cursor off that. I don't like how that looks. We're gonna go heal up Mr. Mountain though, because I would very much like having a mountain to drop on people. Let's just head down here. Yeah, there's some cool stuff out there though. I've seen a lot of interesting runs. There was one that was actually recent, like he might even still be on it. Ant's playing through Pokemon Red or Blue, but he has some guy, Wolfie VGC, who's like apparently quite the well-known pro player. I'll be honest, I don't follow competitive Pokemon, so I wouldn't know, but apparently they modded the game in a way that lets Ant input his trainer commands, and then in the spirit of the way Pokemon Red and Blue handled the trainer timing for when they're going to pick their moves, they have Wolfie go in and basically play for all the NPCs. So he gets to know what move Ant picks, but Ant does not get to have any insight on what moves or anything that Wolfie has. And they have to play through like the story together, but it's just, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's neat. So it's available on his channel just under like the general like past broadcasts thing, and this seems kind of like the sort of thing that he'll turn around and turn into like a cut down, like a YouTube video that you can watch later. So it's cool. I think his plan is to make the mod that enabled that something that'll be available for download for anyone. Yep, stop talking to me. There we go. No, so there's been some neat stuff. He's done a lot of randomizers, you know, like every time he fights a trainer, his team's randomized and stuff like that. So, like, I've seen a lot of cool stuff. Apparently Gen 4 is quite the nightmare to randomize, so, you know, that sucks. But no, he has done like Pokemon stuff on most Wednesdays. He did one challenge run that cracked me up. You can see the full-length VODs on YouTube, and they're hours long, mind you. He did Pokemon Soul Silver version, but I can only use shinies. Now, the reason that that's important is because it means that he started the game, saved in Professor Elm's lab, and then literally soft reset, yeah, until he got his shiny starter. And then every time there was a Pokemon he wanted to catch, he would just soft reset for hours to try and find it. With the electrode, where he finds it and then resets and then realizes like 20 seconds later what he just did. That was amazing. Dude, if I was more worried about bringing in a big audience instead of just having fun, because having fun's kind of the branding of the channel, I would definitely try and do stuff like that. Yeah, no, it was very funny to watch, but I felt kind of bad because you might remember this, Pat. We were at Gamers Heaven, and I was playing my Switch. I don't even remember if I said anything. I was playing my Switch like between games or like between turns because I was trying to like shiny hunt some stuff. And I bumped into a shiny Bunnelby and didn't notice and ran. And then like 30 seconds later, while I was biking somewhere, I was like, hang on, did that Bunnelby look wrong? And I like stopped and Googled it and then was like pissed and put my Switch away. I don't think I said anything about it, but I just like pocketed it and then was just like for the rest of the night, just didn't want to talk about anything. I was like in a bad mood. I felt a little bad because it wasn't anything you guys did, but like, I was so mad. Oh, man. I mean, like, I've got enough shinies. It's not like I need more, but, like, I really just don't... It feels bad passing on them like that, you know? It's... Yeah, shiny Regice is, like, not substantially different from the normal one. Hang on a second. We're gonna... I'm pulling it up now because I want to see it. So I'm gonna grab the Sword and Shield Dex. We're going to do a little bit of this, actually. Here, check this out. I'm going to do this. So that should be a screen share. Oh, I did that right. So Regice is like here. And the... And depending on the brightness your screen's set to, like, you might not even be able to tell. I really don't like shinies like that. I really, really don't. You know, that's just, it doesn't feel right. Like, it's ever so slightly kind of darker, but also not really. Like that is very much like a, oh, my auto brightness dimmed level of difference. You know what I mean? Like, at least nowadays it feels like I don't think since Gen 6, I don't think there have been any shinies that have just felt like completely pointless. You know what I mean? There have been some that I didn't like, but most shinies feel like a little bit more of a deliberate, like, style choice, whereas the older ones kind of felt like they just went in and dragged a slider and called it a day. And Regice, they didn't drag it far enough. The dots, let me look at them again. I'm not putting it back on screen, but even the dots though, like, it kind of looks like they just took the Regice normal model and just turned the saturation up like 15%. Like, the yellow's a little richer, the blue's a little richer. That's kind of it. Like, there's a lot of shinies out there like that I just don't care for. Like, Garchomp's shiny is another, like, severely disappointing one. Because, like, I've seen them next to each other. Like, there's a lot of greenish ones. There's a lot of kind of tannish ones. Like, I've got a Machop that just looks like he spent a day at the beach. Like, it's just disappointing, you know what I mean? Like, I would love to have some, like, really compelling, interesting shiny palettes, and it just feels like a lot of them are just... Like, there was even a rumor, and I don't know how true it is. I don't even know if there's a way to validate it, but there was a rumor that, like, generations 1 through 5... with a few select exceptions, were kind of the result of just an automated palette swap. Like, the colors of the sprites are tracked in RGB. Like, it's just like if you've ever edited in Paint, you know how the numbers have like those 6-digit codes, where it's just like numbers 0 through 9, letters A through F, and when you put them together, it's like the HTML formatting. There were rumors that basically all shiny Pokemon just involved taking those numbers and rotating them one slot to the right, with the last one wrapping around to be the first, and it was like, cool, there's a shiny. Or something to that effect, where it was kind of like they just took every shiny and just dumped it into this automatic palette swapper, and it would just, and that's why so many of them rolled around to be green, is because green was a really common result of shifting the other numbers around. Whether that's true, I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it, but honestly, with the number of ones that kind of came out like a tannish green color, maybe. I think it's a bummer if it is, but that's like very theoretically possible. And like, starting with Gen 6, they're 3D models. You can't just like frisbee them into the color swap machine. Like, you kind of have to make textures for them. And at that point, like, it was like, all right, well, I guess we're designing now. A few examples of ones that people suspect were kind of deliberate are like Charizard being black with like the red underside of the wings. Like, that's pretty cool looking. People have kind of a general consensus that like Charizard is the result of someone going in and being like, he needs to be neat. Same with Gyarados, you know what I mean? It's like Pokemon that it kind of feels like these are going to be focal points, or these are going to be really cool Pokemon. We want them to like be like a front runner of coolness. And then you run into things like Sneasel, where it's like hot pink and bright yellow. Like, let me see, something else for Game Freak to do, breeding for colors. That would be cool. Yo, wouldn't that be neat? Like think, and it's not a perfect example, like Swasbuck, the deer from Gen 2-ish? No, Jesus Christ, not Gen 2, Gen 5. It was the deer that cared about the seasons. Something kind of like that, where there, or like Shellos, where there's multiple color palettes out there and they're all normal, and then there's a few that are kind of the rare color palettes, but then the ability to kind of selectively breed for, so you can kind of like breed the red and the blue together to get a purplish one, or one with purple accents, you know, but then the shiny one might have like purple accents but then like black tips or something like that. Like, make it a little bit more nuanced than just it's red, but if you get the rare one, it's green. Whoa, like, you know what I mean? Like, that would be really cool. Swampert's two shades of blue, accents are shades of orange. Yes, no, see, I like that idea. I very much do. Just a way to spice it up. You know what I mean? I think that would be a lot of fun. Like, the Switch is a system that can handle like more textures. Like, I don't know if you've checked out Bravely at all, but like, it is a turn-based combat game with like overworld encounters, very much like what you would see in Sword and Shield. And it looks so much better than Sword and Shield that it is not funny. It is embarrassing. Like, if the Switch can handle that degree of like graphics, textures, and other customizations, there is no reason that they couldn't just pop in a few alternate palettes. Maybe like, you know how they have like shinies and square shinies now? Yeah, like the genetics for the flowers is a great example. You know what I mean? Like where you can kind of like breed them with the right patterning, you can come up with some stuff. That'd be really cool. Dude, make it. Call it something ridiculous and kind of like eerily similar. Also, I think I looked away and then Mr. Mountain has passed away, so we're gonna have to go deal with that. But that's fine. We'll be fine for now. No, but like, I don't know, just... it would be neat to see that expanded upon further. I guess is kind of the long and short of all that. You know what I mean? Just make it a little bit more personalized. That would be really neat. The question is, would they retcon that back into old Pokemon, or do you think that could be like Generation 9? We have no idea what the region's going to be called, what it's going to look like, but do you think that could be kind of like a regional variant thing, is the introduction of the ability to breed for colors? I think that would be kind of neat. I don't know that it's realistic, but like there would be ways for them to try and work it in. They've already started introducing like, oh, it's a Rattata, but this one's blue instead of, or this one's black instead of purpley color, or you know what I mean? Like they've started expanding like that. Yeah, I mean, I will say, I'm willing to take what we're going to get for now on the merits that Legends Arceus looks compelling. I wasn't 100% sure that we were going to get a compelling Pokemon game. Regional forms are very cool, but I'm not expecting them to rock the boat too much, at least not too fast. And regional forms are actually a very neat thing, and the new playstyle of Legends Arceus is adventurous a little bit, actually. More than I kind of expected for them to have. So like, I don't know. I'm comfortable kind of like not pushing too hard for now. Let the Legends Arceus typing pan out, because one big thing that introduces is kind of like a, oh look, it's sort of like Pokemon's in the real world. You kind of wander around, you know, like they're kind of playing on that space a little bit more, like how Breath of the Wild had kind of like pseudo-realistic physics and stuff like that, where like the game kind of behaves like you would sort of expect it to. Like it kind of takes place in a little bit like it's a fantasy world because of the villains and stuff, but like, you know, it takes place in kind of a real-ish world. Am I about to get in a fight? I swear to God. Don't fight me. Oh, okay, I think we're probably going to be fine. No, so let Legends Arceus kind of play into that space. Let it set the tone that, yeah, it's okay for Pokemon to kind of more closely play into the real world. It's no longer explicitly turn-based. It's no longer you walking on a grid system. Like, you can wander around, you can sneak, you can climb. Like, let it lean into that and let that be the gateway for, okay, you can selectively breed for colors, you can travel to multiple regions. Like, let that kind of segue into a broader expansion on kind of like pseudo-realistic mechanics like that. Thanks, Dawn. I'm glad you didn't fight me, because I really didn't feel like dealing with that. What I really feel like doing is finding the Pokemon Center, but I kind of forget where it is. So we're going to check over here now. Oh, I think I see it. There it is. We need to heal Mr. Mountain. We're in trouble. But this is the place where the next gym is. So, like, it's a bit early. Like, just a tiny, tiny bit early. But what I'm going to do, because I said I was going to get the Pokemon event before the end of the night, and it's not the end of the night yet, but I want to do it while I'm thinking about it, is I'm going to disappear for, like, 10 seconds. During which time I'm going to go grab my Switch and my Pokemon Sword save, so be right back. Apologies for the absence, but I had to go grab this. And you know what, while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and throw the game in. Thank you, Pat, for letting me know the code worked. I didn't doubt that it would, but it's always better to have first-hand knowledge of it, right? Let me swap those. I have a physical copy of Sword and Shield, so I got to put it in the actual thing on the top instead of just launching it from my downloads. That's just going to kind of be in my back pocket, so before I clock out for the end of this stuff here... Oop. Bump the speed up button. I could just kind of jump in and pick it up real quick, so it'll be fun. Gonna bring it back to reality. Let me see. So the team should be back on their feet. Nice. I knew we could do it. Yeah. Dude, I'm still kind of thinking about like the different cool colors that you could come up with if you could like selective breed your Pokemon. Could you breed for like size differences? Like, I don't know if you remember, but like Pumpkaboo from Gen 6 had sort of like the, like there's a size difference thing. So there's like the small, medium, large, extra large, and they had slightly different stats. Could you breed for like larger Pokemon that are going to be a little slower, but bulkier? And like, would that be part, like, I feel like you could kind of build off of the breeding for one thing mechanic and really expand it out. How big is this gym? All right, there's nothing else to do over there. That's fine. Pop this. Gotcha. Yeah, sizes, colors, like that would be really neat. Exactly. Like, don't get me started on the fact that it feels at this point like Pokemon Go has more content and is more built out than like the main series games. Like, I'm pretty sure that as of now, there are more Pokemon in the Pokemon Go decks than there are in Sword and Shield. If it's not, it's closer than it should be, given that Sword and Shield is the flagship game for the franchise. You know what I mean? Like, Pokemon Go has sizes. It's got, like, raid battles that are actually fun. Like, it's... Yeah, it is... It's more managed by Niantic, but the big thing is, like, if Game Freak is supposed to be the flagship, it's supposed to be, like Game Freak is supposed to be the company that, like, the de facto Pokemon developer. Why is it that some, like, itsy-bitsy little smartphone app manufacturer is beating the shit out of them in their own game? You know what I mean? Like, it is up to them what they add. But, like, there shouldn't be a game produced by some small third-party developer that embarrasses the main series game for features. It's okay if they've got their own unique things, you know what I mean? But like, the Pokédex of the side game should not be bigger than the main series game. The side game should not have more features than the main series game. You know what I mean? Like, the main series game should kind of be what you would consider to be the gold standard. It's okay for the smartphone game to have a few stray features that aren't in place in the other ones, but like, you know what I mean? Having a couple things like, they've got like the CP system instead of using like traditional levels and stats. That's fine. You know what I mean? It's different. If that's your thing, sweet. If it's not, then whatever. It lets them use like candies for leveling up and stuff instead of having to feel like you got to use like just grinding against training. So like, they've got adjustments, but none of those are strictly better or worse. But having more species available to you, that makes it better. There's no argument that, oh, less is more. Like, no, it's not. Don't argue. Like, you know what I mean? Less is more when you're like paying less money to get more stuff. But like, it's frustrating. Yes, that is true. That is very true. And to that end, Sword and Shield has adopted a little bit of that thought process in the sense that they've been releasing DLC patches and kind of retroactively adding some Pokemon. And there are rumors that they're going to try and patch in some more in a future date. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's worth caring or like hanging your hopes on it. But it kind of feels like Pokemon Go was a runaway success. Like, explosive success. Like, the amount of money it brought in is huge. And then like the climate of Pokemon Go's success kind of created this like, oh, well, Game Freak, why don't your games do that? And then there's just been a very different air in their development. You know what I mean? Like, they have to go about it a different way because there's kind of been a new standard set for how much money a game can bring in. Whether that's entirely fair, I don't know. But I mean, it's a game console game. Smartphone games, just because of the way they microtransact, are bound to bring in more money. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not expecting that, then like get out of the business. But yeah, Pokemon Go's had a lot more time to add in the different models. They're like, I think Mega Evolutions are a thing in there now. I think they've been for a while. Like, I don't know. It feels... Is this the wrong way? Am I not going the right way? Why do I feel like an idiot right now? Oh, can I walk here? I cannot. Those are holes. All right. Oh, it can keep going. Haha, we're in. Nice. I'm going to fight all the guys because we need experience. The Karate Quads. Courage. Nice. Very Legend of Zelda. Yeah, there has been a lot of... It just feels like development turmoil. You know what I mean? Just like... Expectations were kind of set a little high by the success of certain titles, and release cycles are getting faster and faster, but like, I think we can agree the amount of code it takes to run Pokemon Ruby version is a joke compared to what it takes to run Sword and Shield. Like, file sizes, lines of code, like Ruby, they're easy comparatively. I don't know that I want to have to write Ruby and Sapphire on my own, but I think I have a better shot of programming those games than I do of programming like the current generation, right? You know, just like, building 3D assets is a pain. But like, the release cycles have gotten shorter. Like, they're more complex to build and they're coming out faster. So like, it kind of feels like no shit, you're gonna see corners cut. Like, there's no way you're gonna be able to play these games like that and not like that's why there hasn't been like a Battlefront here since Gen 4s. Like, it's impossible for them to pack all of that content into the development time. Like, that's like item number one to get cut is the post game. Sword and Shield kind of with the DLC feel like they're at least dabbling with like, all right, how can we still deliver a post game even though it's not entirely realistic for us to have time to develop it? And the answer there is, ooh, wait, Sandy here has Aerial Ace. That Pikachu would have been way easier to fight than I thought it was. Ooh, we need to go back to that tower. We'll do that in a minute. I might finish this gym and then head back that way, and that'll be where we end. I'll decide in a minute. But yeah, it's been a very weird time to be a Pokemon fan because it feels like other games are getting stuff right that the main series is just getting wrong for what I can only describe as no particular reason. So we'll see. I just want to knock over all the tires because it's fun. Can I go over here? I can go over here. All right. We're going to do this. Nice. We're going to do this. No. Go even more further. Can you go even further? I don't know that it's entirely necessary to have done that. Oh, it is, actually, I think. Let's... Yeah. Let's talk to this guy. Even more Karate Quads. Nice! Let me see. Talking about the needed space for binds via found some super fascinating stuff and very little space. Video watch. Yeah, how big? Like, and not that it's a competition, but I think Pokemon Red and Blue are like in like the 150 kilobyte range or something ridiculous. Like, let me check. Around file size. Oh, they're 5.1 megabytes. All right, I was off by a factor of like 100, so oops. But yeah, like it's... And now, to your knowledge, does that take advantage of any special compression algorithm or anything, or is that just, that's how small the files are? I'd be interested to see if it's just like hyper efficient coding or if it's a combination of that and some like really good compression. We're gonna keep battling. Less than a megabyte. I mean, Call of Duty. I'm on a tangent now. It's happening. Let me see. BattleNet. Modern Warfare / Warzone. 214 gigabytes. Black Ops Cold War. 144 gigabytes. These games together are like 360 gigs. The idea that you can fit like a game of honestly any proportion in under a megabyte nowadays is just ridiculous to me. Creativity with the sprite management makes sense. You can reuse assets in a big way, and like depending on the game, sometimes you can kind of see a little bit of that. Like, and this is going to be an unusual example, but bear with me. In Pokemon Black and White and Black 2 and White 2, there are characters who will ride around on motorcycles. Gonna make sense. So you can kind of see them, they're moving back and forth on their route, and if you press and hold the B button, the bikes start going faster, like all of a sudden they're running. I found that to be kind of interesting because it implies that there was some degree of efficiency employed in the code that resulted in the B button being used as kind of like a modifier for general movement instead of just a modifier for your character running. So it kind of like it reduced the number of variables they're using and the number of like checks they're putting in the code, but it kind of came with the cost of like there's the occasional kind of quirkiness with the way the movement in the world behaves. Oh, is that Leanne? 1 second. Hello. Hi, Goose. We'll probably never get them off, but sure.
Me too.
Well, I mean, when you go to remove it, they'll probably break. I mean, don't put a hole in the wall. Go ahead and put them on. We should be able to separate them by the Velcro on the back, but if you ever want to remove the command strip, it might crack the plastic that's holding them together. So, it's all good. I say go for it. Love you. She wants to hang up some decorations a good friend of ours made. That she was kind of curious if I thought command strips were like a reasonable pick for that. Let me see. Like, round ghost enemy, 3/4 we can be made up of 1/4 circle sprite, and then that's true. Yeah, it's like I like the idea of trying to take like efficient advantage of the resources you have available. I think that that's a clever way to kind of make the game, and I think back to Gen 5 really quick. I think that's part of the reason that Gen 5 felt so much faster than Gen 4 is it was just checking fewer variables for every frame. You know what I mean? So determining like the movement speed of a character model. Well, if it's only got one movement speed modifier and then everything adheres to that movement speed, that's one check instead of one check per entity. Everything moves at that speed. Done. So if there's 10 characters on screen, Diamond and Pearl might lag a little bit. Black and White, on the other hand, they're only checking once. Super fast. It doesn't need to run that many operations. So that's an example just like computationally to make it lighter. But the idea of being like hyper efficient with your sprites, you know what I mean? Taking advantage of like repeating patterns to be able to kind of like draw like an eighth of a circle and kind of pattern it out 8 times and just basically tell the game where to put it. That's a really clever way to just kind of shrink file size and coupled with like. And here's the thing, the reduction in number of variables for movement, like those trainers I was talking about in Gen 5, it does make the game smaller too, because you don't have as many variable slots populated. You don't have to write as many lines of code for tracking the entity's movement, you know what I mean? Like you're shrinking the number of lines of code and by extension the amount of data that goes into it. So like there's a lot of cleverness that could go into something like that. It's probably a very niche market because nowadays who can't afford to, you know, put 20 gigs into a game if they need to? You know, and so stuffing it into a megabyte would be interesting, but stuffing a game into a megabyte kind of makes it more like attainable for a person. So like you could get like a game dev studio software and you could try and write a game that can be run on like a generic platform of some sort, which would be really cool. 40 kilobytes? Oh, that's even smaller, man. That's like a megabyte is small. 40 kilobit? Yeah, dude, throw the link in here. I don't think I've got anything in here that'll block it, and if it does, I'll unblock it because I like you. 3 stars. Did it censor it, or did you do that? We'll figure it out. I wonder. Is there like a censoring? Let me check the settings in OBS really quick. Probably. Looks like it did. Do it, man. Let me see. Where's the, I'm being very distracted now. I'm being a bad stream host. I'm sorry. Can I unblock this or whatever? Settings. Yeah, forget it. It's fine. No, you're good. I'm like sitting here looking at all the buttons that are on like the Twitch chat management something thing, trying to see if there's any buttons in there that help. Yeah, throw it over in Discord for now. If it ends up being something that's like share on stream worthy, I'll throw it out there and give you credit for it. Actively giving you credit now, but if it becomes like something that I need to share, dude, you're in. For all 3 people in the audience, one of which is you. Thanks for being here, by the way. But no, I'd be interested to check stuff like that out, even if it's just from like a understanding the idea behind the technology sort of thing. Like, I think that would be awesome. Appreciate you, friend. Actually, where is Discord right now? I'm gonna grab that while the enemy takes their turn. Got it, got it. That's gonna go over here. No, Mr. Mountain. Is this a gym leader fight? Did I start that without saving? I probably did, didn't I? That's fine. I'm gonna pop an aerial ace. I think she has a Lucario. It's actually gonna be kind of a pain. Dude. NES games, that's true. I guess games that are that old, flash storage was expensive. Oh man, my choke. I think we're just gonna have Sandy kind of lean in on it. Dude, developing a game would be a lot of fun. I think it'd be a lot more work. Like, my brain's like, games are fun. That'd be a blast. I think it's probably like an enormous pain to do, but at the same time, like, it would be very satisfying. I think you should go for it. If there's any way I can help, let me know. Even if it's just kind of like a, what's your opinion on this potential feature sort of thing. Like, it would be fun. I'd love to see what you come up with. Dude, build an obvious but not so obvious knockoff of Pokemon. I think that'd be really funny. Like, what's a different thing other than a pocket that you put something in? And what's like a different word for monster? Creature. I'm like, bag creatures. That's really stupid, but you know what I mean. Abbreviate it. Pokemon it. Shrinky dink it into one word, make it cute. Oh. Let's hope that Cornera here has something clever up his sleeve. Dude, you want to have some fun? I don't want to kind of put Andy's business out there, so I'll keep it kind of light, but he has been working on a webcomic of some sort, and he was talking about trying to make some sort of game of some sort out of it. I think he was leaning more towards like card game, because then the only thing you have to do is like write the rules and get the art. Like, you don't need to program the game directly, but like, whether it's with his characters and general plot, or whether it's with like just kind of commissioning him for the art or whatever, I think he would have a blast making like pixel art kind of built around the idea of some sort of indie type game. I should have healed. Fine, we're gonna go heal. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I think he's doing, oh, what do they call them? He gave me the word for it and I totally don't remember it now. Like a team building, or like it's kind of like sort of like a card game where you like draw from a collective pile, build your resources, deck building. That's it. That's exactly it. Thank you. Yeah, he was looking at trying to like fit together some sort of like deck building type concept around the characters from this story, which is really, really neat. So I'll let him give you more details on that sometime if you want to kind of chat with him about it. I'm sure he can do a better job of throwing the idea that he's working with together. I'm definitely not doing it justice, but it would be very cool to see something like that. And like, are there, you may or may not know, if this is a hobby of yours, you actually might have the answer to this. Are there easy to use like beginner game dev studio type things out there that you can kind of capitalize on to put together a game? Or is it something that's going to be like complicated just because that's how the business works? I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it'd be nice if there was like an easy way to go about it. Kind of like how you can, if this is going to be your jam, kind of go and pick up something like, what is it? Adobe Premiere, Or you could just go scoop up some like extra basic, or even use like the Windows built-in video editor if all you're trying to do is cut some clips and stuff like that. You don't need to have big fancy software. And that's true. You know what I mean? But that makes sense. You know what I mean? If they want to kind of, it's like if you don't want to put in the work to build the sprites, your game's going to look like shit. Well, yeah, then try hard. You know, if it's something you care about, do it right. That makes sense. 6 to 10 different programs. Dude, you are more invested in this than I am. Even the things that I take seriously, I've only got like one program for. That's awesome. Free pro, still. Honestly, even just having access to the tools is something that's really cool, though. That's awesome. Yeah, the only project even faintly like that I've ever given a whirl at, and it's not even in the same vein, but if you're interested, I have the software to do it now. So if you end up deciding you do want to pursue like making a game like that, is I have a copy of, what is it, Fruity Loops? So it's FL Studio All Plugins Edition, which is like a $1,200 software bundle. So I've got access to like all of the little add-ins and stuff. So that's something that would be helpful if you were ever to try and get into it, even if it's just for making like 8-bit sounding music and stuff like that, just in a professional DAW. It's neat. Yeah, it's one of those. I bought the signature bundle a while ago, like 2014-ish. I spent like $300 on it, and then over Black Friday they had like an unlock code that was like $150, and it came with every single plugin that you didn't have unlocked, and it would like discount down based on what you did and didn't have, which is really cool. So I picked it up. I've got the whole thing. I'm not an expert in using it. I'm still learning a little bit in my spare time, but you know, yes, I really prefer that. And it's one of those like buy once and you get lifetime updates. You know what I mean? Like they still put out like I'm using the revision, the early version that was put out in like late 2020. So like they're still at it, which is really cool. But they follow kind of like the buy it once and then future updates and revisions are all included with that purchase, which I really, really prefer. Right, Mr. Mountain, hang in there. I think Slash will kill it actually. Let's do it. Go. That was Dragon Rage. That'll kill it then. Go. Nice. We did it. Yeah, the subscription model feels fine until you realize that over the lifetime of the product, you're going to spend like $500 on something that would have been like $150 unlock in like 2011. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I've got Microsoft Office 365 and it's fine. Don't get me wrong. It's good. But like, it feels very expensive for Microsoft Word. You know, like it's like it comes with some other stuff. But like, yeah, it kind of makes me, and this is not an expression of intent to break the law. It's more of a kind of makes me wish I was cool enough to do it. But it makes me wish that I would just like go pirate the last like unlock it and it's done version of something like Photoshop. You know what I mean? Just go scoop up like, what is it? They're like CS and then a number. So whatever the most recent one is that doesn't require an active subscription, just go like crack that, scoop it up and just use that, never buy the subscription. Cause like, they're like, oh, well, no, the subscription gets you Adobe Creative Cloud. And it's like, I don't want that. Like, I appreciate that that's what it does. Not interested. Like, I would very much like to just have Photoshop and do art in it and then not have to pay out the ass for the Creative Cloud that I have no particular use for. Like, I've already got like a terabyte of OneDrive storage that I'll synchronize stuff in. Why do I also need the Adobe Cloud that I then have to worry about where are my files saved? Am I signed into all of my cloud services? Like, it's not better. You know what I mean? Like, it's annoying. So, yeah. And like, the problem is if you want to market like cloud storage as like a big perk for your product, it needs to do more than just like, it needs to be good. You know what I mean? Like, one of the things that's nice, Drain Punch is such an infuriating move, by the way. Please kill. Yes. All right, we're in. Like the only reason that Office isn't annoying me. Yes, that is upsetting that they don't, like, you just don't get that forwards compatibility. No, the Office thing doesn't bug me as much because I was already paying like $5 a month for like Google One, which is like their cloud storage and some other stuff thing. And I was fine with that. And I realized that I was getting like, for $5 a month, I was getting like 250 gigs of storage. And for $10 a month now, I'm getting a terabyte of storage for up to 6 people and Office. So it was kind of like, all right, like it's a bite in the ass to pay for it, but like, it's not like I'm getting no value out of it. Like it's kind of contributing something, and I do want cloud storage, but the problem is I don't want Microsoft cloud storage and Adobe cloud storage. Like I don't need more than just the one. Like I'm good now. I've finished. Let me integrate with what I already have and stop charging me out the ass for it. Let me just wing attack this. Wait, so the older version of Photoshop can't open raw images? That feels like kind of a substantial oversight from the premier creative software company Adobe. Like, I would kind of have expected that to be more of like a... That sucks. But yes, no, OneDrive is actually fine. Office Premium is actually fine. Terabyte of cloud storage is nice. I use it a lot, actually. A lot more than I thought I would. Like, every time I'm like, oh, I've got a file on my phone. I need it on my computer. I used to be like, I know, I'll get a cable and plug it in, and then we'll do the file systems. Like, now I can just be like, meh, and then it's on my computer. Like, I don't need... There's a major convenience. Okay. I don't know. Adobe makes me mad. Might not be entirely fair that Adobe makes me mad, but they make me mad. As it feels like, I don't know if you've used DaVinci Resolve, for example, but it's some pretty gosh dang dependable software. And oh, I have to go help you now. Come on, whatever. DaVinci Resolve feels pretty damn good, and it's free. Like, they've got a paid version if you want access to some of their more premium features, but like, for something free that competes with Premiere, I'm not really seeing what Adobe Premiere is bringing to the table. You know what I mean? Like, I looked at it, and to access like just Premiere, not even the rest of the Creative Cloud, it's like $20-something a month for one program. Like, you out of your mind? And then if I want like the entire Creative Cloud, like I want all of the other software, it's like $50 or $60 a month. Like, that is insane to me. That a person would think that that's a reasonable pricing. You know what I mean? Like, who in their right mind? Yeah, no, DaVinci Resolve is a video editor. I use GIMP on my computer, mostly because I don't feel like paying for Photoshop, and I don't do a lot of image editing, so it doesn't matter. But GIMP is pretty cool. Yeah, $49.99 for the Creative Cloud is horseshit. Pro tip. I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to spend your money on it, but like, I would probably say don't buy that, given that most of the software in there has free alternatives out there. Ooh, we're gonna fight the bad guys. Let's do it. This is so exciting. GIMP does have some things that are annoying. The important thing is I've never actually used Photoshop, but I've used GIMP for like 15 years now. Something crazy like since I was in high school. So like, I don't mind it. Mostly because I've never gotten used to anything better, and it just works well enough for what I do. Like, I use GIMP to make the thumbnails for when I upload this stuff to YouTube. That's fine. That feels like a lot for one program. Like, Microsoft gives you the entire Office suite, plus cloud storage, for $10 a month or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, at $20 a month for one program just feels like an insane amount of money to spend on it. Like, you know, obviously you know this. I think we're kind of chatting about why that's not good, but yeah, I'm going to be honest. I've heard of Lightroom. I don't even know what the third one is. I couldn't tell you. But, you know. But at the same time, I mean, if you need Photoshop, I think that's kind of where Adobe is they know that like what we were talking about there, like GIMP is fine, It is not Photoshop. It is close enough for like the average person who's kind of looking for like Microsoft Paint Plus, which is kind of what I was looking for. I wanted Paint with transparency support and some other stuff. GIMP is great for that. But like, if you're like a creative professional or someone who like knows how to use that software and someone's like, GIMP's just as good. No, it's not. Don't lie. And I think, oh, who are you killing? Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want the Adobe suite. So what the hell do I want Bridge for? Like, get out. I don't want any of that. All right, poison types are going to be not ideal for us to have Cornera out here for. So I'm going to swap. Yeah, very niche, I would say. Yeah, I think that's kind of the big benefit is like I've seen Premiere, and I mean seen, like never used, seen. And Premiere looks very all right. It's fine. Like I don't have any complaints about it, but for 20 bucks a month, it doesn't look that good. You know what I mean? Like, especially compared to like DaVinci Resolve. I've seen-ish, but never interacted with Photoshop. GIMP is plenty close for what I'm doing with it. I'm just like I'm like taking an image, adding some image overlays, like a game logo and a number, putting a drop shadow in and calling it a day. Like I'm not doing anything difficult with it. GIMP can beat the shit out of that. That's so easy. Like I don't know. Blender's 3D modeling. Blender has a video editor, actually. I don't know if you know that, so that's kind of cool. I'm having a hard time looking at the Adobe Creative Cloud and going, wow, that seems like an excellent deal with a very compelling product. Because, like, I don't believe that statement to be true a little bit. Yeah, Blender's neat. I had it, tried the video editor, was like, cool, I got a timeline together. How do I export? And then couldn't figure it out and quit. So that was fun. But yeah, so there was, and I think we were talking about it on the Discord, there was some Humble Bundle sale for like Coral Painter 2020 and some other stuff that you could get in there, and I scooped up the video editor from in there. So I've got that. I've been using that a little bit. It's actually pretty okay. Oh, hello, Looker. Yeah. We won, you chump. Humble Bundle's cool. Because I looked into it, and that was like $1,000 worth of software that I picked up for like $45. So like, let's go. And it's like one-time payment stuff too. It's not like I'm not signed up for a bunch more subscriptions. I was just like, here's a one-time payment. Give me my program. Just for good. Like, that's the best kind of stuff to me. Like, that's why, like, I was looking at it and like, I'm using OBS right now, just not even Streamlabs, just like Open Broadcaster software, OBS, just like the spinny shape icon, you know what I'm talking about. And the software that came with my webcam came with like a 3-month license for XSplit, which is Logitech's like, we can do it too sort of program. And like, yes, but also like, why would I pay a subscription service for it? Not even just because it's free, but because it's software that's like the feature set doesn't seem paid software worthy. You know what I mean? Yes, dude, my Steam library is like 130. Okay, is it? We're gonna check. Hang on. Steam button. Click. Plan. I'm like reclined back, but my Stream Deck's way over there. So we are approaching time to be done. I think what I'm going to do... Hello, Steam. All right, let's see what we've got. I'm very curious about how big my library is. According to this, I have 128, 135 games. Dude, go for it. Now, I've got 135 games on Steam, and I can confidently say that I've played, like, 15 of them. Most of them were like, oh, that looks neat, I'll pick it up while it's there, and then just freaking never touch it, because that's just the kind of decision-making that I do. So, yeah, I don't know. I like Steam. I like Steam sales, and Humble Bundle gets me in a lot of trouble because I overspend on stuff. So you say there's a game asset sale. 412 hats. You said there's a game asset bundle? I'm assuming that's like game dev type stuff, or is that just me reading into our previous conversation and kind of seeing something that's not there? Ooh, is there a guy hiding back there? We're gonna go fight that guy. Yeah, that's cool. That's actually really cool. Game dev stuff. You gonna get it? You should get it. You should get it, then you should show it off next time I chat with you on Discord. Do a screen share. See, that's nice. And I'm assuming if you buy that, you could just kind of like, that's like the license to use it. So then you can use all those assets in your game without having to like pay any sort of royalties or anything like that, which is pretty cool. Because that would be my big thing, is like building all those assets from the ground up would be a challenge, I think is a fair way to put it. So being able to at least license some of the work, like, that would be really helpful. Oh my gosh, it's Mr. Officer, Dr. Professor John. Hello. You've actually caught me towards the end this this fine evening, and I'm using you to beat up a muscle guy, except he's actually beating us up because of reasons. So we're gonna swap. Good effort though, bud. You tried. You're gonna level up too. So here, we're gonna do some Googling over off to the side here. When does Grass Starter evolve? Oh, we're in the Gen 8 decks. Damn it. All right, hang on a second. Gen 7 decks, because Sinnoh starters don't get to be in Gen 8. Torterra. 36. Well, so here's the deal. I kind of thought so, but I have good news for me. Well, sort of. That might be wrong, actually, because I'm looking at the Gen 7 decks now. Gen 4 decks. Yeah, no, it's 18 to evolve into middle form, which is what I have now. And then it's 32. 32 to turn into Torterra, the big boy, which means we're close. That's 31. I don't know if you guys have seen like numbers lately, but 31 is only one less than 32, which means we're like right freaking there. That's cool. I know Andy's been using Pixel Art Studio, I think is what he was calling it. It might have been, yeah, because I'm looking at the Gen 4 thing now. It's 18 and 32, and you know what? Just for the sake of satisfying my own curiosity, what was Chimchar like? Chimchar was 1436. That's a curious one, sure. And Piplup was 1636. So Piplup kind of held the normal numbers, and then the other two deviated a little bit. That's fine. No, Pixel Art Studio is some software that Andy was using to make just like the little like pixel art type things for some of this stuff. I think that's where he's kind of trying to get some of the art squared away for his characters. So I don't know if that's exactly the kind of stuff you'd be looking for, but it was something that he was using to kind of build out like scenes and sprites, and kind of like, it was kind of cool. I don't know how it's substantially different than just making like a 20 by 20 pixel GIMP canvas and just turning the zoom up to like 1600%, because then it's pixels also and they're super big. But like, that's fine. As long as it works, right? What do we got? Is cut good? I mean, it's not a great move, but does it do good damage? Sorta. Ooh, that's fair. That's fair. See, I know so little about this kind of stuff. Like, I'm pretty good with the technology that drives it all, as evidenced by the fact that I overspend on knickknacks for my own entertainment, like microphone and lights and camera and shit like that. But, hey, nice job, by the way. Good kill. But yeah, when it comes down to like the creative side of it, like understanding what choices would be made, art style, like that's all a little bit beyond the scope of what I know and understand. So it's cool to kind of have that frame of reference kind of thrown my way as a little reminder of considerations that need to be made. And here's the thing, I love pixel art stuff. I really do. I think it's cool. It's something that like I can picture some cool shit, but like I can't even draw it normal style, let alone being able to kind of like take that image in my head and then 8-bit it and turn it into pixels. Like I don't have like the vision to be able to do something like that. You know what I mean? I think it's such a fascinating skill to have. So, and it's a cool style though. Ooh, we need to teach, I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. Am I going to sneeze? No, I'm not going to sneeze. Thought I was. Went away. But we need defog. We're going to teach that to Sandy. Please and thank you. Get rid of that one. Probably fine. I'm having a thought. There it is. That's the thought that I had. Area. Where are we right now? I don't think I can get down there just yet. That's fine. Oh, wait. Hang on. There's more. Area. And then I can drag this thing. Check the different times of day to see if it changes at all. Nope. No change. That's fine. So I'm realizing I think that's kind of the next thing. Oh, there's a gift Eevee somewhere. I need to get my shit together. That's what I need to do. I, like, started this episode by being like, here's what the team's gonna be, and then promptly, like, forgot about them until right now, and I'm like, signing off in 5 minutes. Go me. Where did I put my stream manager? There it is. Cool. Stupid fog. Let's go in here and defog. Neat. That's mildly more convenient in here now. That's that guy with the stupid double teaming Pikachu in the fog. I hate that guy. I have to do it every floor. Are you out of your mind? All right. Yeah, we'll leave you up front, Mr. Friend. So no, you're good. I had thought that most generations were 1636, with a few very loose exceptions, and I couldn't remember if Turtwig was one of them because I pretty much always started with Infernape, or the little one, Chimchar, back in this generation. So I was kind of like looking at it. Let me see if this pastes. What are we pasting? It's gonna be hard for you to tell me if it didn't paste, I suppose, but that's fine. Didn't work. That's fine. Yeah, I had this recollection of them just being like over the character limit. Can I turn that off? Is that a thing that I govern? Or is that more of like a Twitch thing? Nope. No button for me. I guess that's just kind of a thing. That's fine. Where did I put the emulator? There it is. Use Rock Smash because it's funny that it's a sucky move. There we go. Oh, come on, chat. Stop. I closed the settings, did I not? There we go. So I think Venusaur might evolve at 32, but the other two Kanto starters are 36. Gen 2, I think Meganium might be early, and I know Feraligator's a little late. Or at least that's in my head for some reason that it is. 17 and 34. Oh. I'll have to look that up sometime. I want to kind of get an idea of who's what. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking, just to make sure we're on the same page, the play here is finish climbing the tower and then go to bed, because I have bad sleep habits and I was up late last night. Let's just leave the grass type out to fight the fire types. That seems reasonable, right? Yep, let's do it. Ooh, here we go. 1636. Yeah, Venusaur's 32. That's kind of what I had remembered it being. 1632. Yep, he's 18 and 30. Sure, that's close enough. Yeah, 16 and 36. I played a lot of Gen 3, so I guess that makes sense. I was bitchy about Gen 3 because I had come right after Gen 2, and I was kind of like expecting us to have more regions, but whatever. Gen 4, 14 and 36. Yep, we actually just looked at the 1636 and 1832. 17. What? 17 is such a weird number. Why would you do that? 1636 for Kalos. I'm in agreement with. Whatever. I had this like mental image of 1636 just being the blanket answer that just was all of them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember them being that inconsistent. That's weird. I mean, it's proof that recollection isn't perfect, but I don't know. I thought that was a little bit more normal than it was. I guess next time the generations come out, like there's new games, I'm gonna have to turn around and kind of like focus up and see if it looks like they've drifted some more. Something I never really kind of gave it. You know what it probably is? I play through the game and have the starter for like 20 minutes before it's evolved, and then it's out of my mind. And then for the entire rest of the couple hundreds of hours that I'm gonna put into the game, it's just not a thought. Interesting. That's true. Yeah, so that was kind of the big thing is like, I played a lot. So I always chose Charizard as my Gen 1 starter, and I'm going to scroll up and look at your message real quick on this one. Yeah. 1636. So I had very consistent exposure to the 1636 evolution paradigm. Gen 2, I always chose Typhlosion, which would have me be 1436. You'd think the 14 would have stuck in my head more. But then, yeah, I played a fair bit of Gen 3, not a whole lot of Gen 4, not a whole lot of Gen 5, and I would just kind of do like a one-time run through each of the games. So, I guess it makes sense that my aggressive repeated playthroughs of the early games that have 1636 stuck in my head. Still weird to me, but it works. Let's slash the bird. Goodbye, bird. Oh, did kill it. I kind of thought it was going to make it out of there. Go team. Whoop, that's not very good. Pulling on all my cables again. So we are approaching top of the tower, which means we are approaching end of the night. Up the steps. Hey, it's top of the tower place. Let's do it. So we're gonna defog. I'm gonna wake this up. Let's talk to the old people. Oh, is there stuff up here? No, not really. Or kinda, a little bit, I guess. Ugh. Like bumped my screen and angled the whole damn thing down a little bit. Let's do that. Ha, that's so much better. I think I did that the other day too. Let's do some bites. I would love to have a Torterra by the end of the night. Wouldn't that be so nice? Or do we leave it with like a couple experience left? No, we're disabled. No. How about Mega Drain? That'll work. It'll be fun. Leave it with like just a couple points left. Oh, should we leave it there? Let's talk to the old people. Maybe they'll give me an idea. A cleanse tag? Did I climb up here for like a piece of trash? Seriously? How about you? Do you give me anything interesting? Spell tag? So I get 2 pieces of trash. Thank you. Well, I think that'll about do. We're just going to come here. I'm going to hit that file. Save state slot 1. And we're going to pause emulation, and we're going to switch over to here. Give it a second. It's loading in. Because I said I would do it. I gotta grab that code again. Where's my text messages? Here it is. So I gotta go grab this mystery gift here real quick. We're gonna get a mystery gift via code/password. Yep. We're plugged in. There's not gonna be a battery issue. Don't you worry. Why is my party pane showing up? There it goes. Code is P25M P25M US1C number 1 Charlie. There we go. We'll go ahead and verify the code. Searching for some gifts. Pikachu would sing. That's pretty cool. And then I'm just going to see if we can get via internet. I think I read something about a gift being available, but I don't know if it expired. Yeah, it's the item set gift. So pro tip, if you didn't get that one, pop in and just do a normal get via internet. Check out what it comes with. If I read correctly, it's actually pretty cool. It's very dramatic. 87 Armorite ore, 87 Dynite ore. If that's your thing, check it out, man. Oh yeah, no, that's a big thing. When your game connects to the internet, for generally speaking any reason, I think it kind of fetches the wild area news on its own, especially if you do it through the mystery gift menu. I don't know if it does it in general. We just get these wild area newses. Cool. That's it, because this is not a Pokemon Sword and Shield stream. This is a regular version with normal stuff stream. So we're just going to go ahead and shut that down. And on that note, I'm going to switch over here. Yeah, so good game tonight. Got some more badges, made some more progress. That's what we got to do. I will take special care not to ignore everything. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I advise you poorly? I figured out. I didn't remember to go for any of the sweets because I'm a jerk. So hopefully they reissue them in the future and we'll be able to get going from there. But if not, I'll see if I have any, or if I can find any friends if you're still looking for them. I just need to know which ones you need. Sorry, friend. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. This hair is in my face. Come on. There it goes. I am going to go ahead and turn the stream off. I will be back on Wednesday with Call of Duty. Pat, let me know if you are interested in joining for that, by the way. I'm still figuring out if it's going to be Warzone, Team Deathmatch, or something else, but it's still going to be kind of like a Murder Wednesday sort of thing. But yeah, catch you guys.